Hey guys, Samantha here. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to take a walk through my vegetable garden because it's looking beautiful. Now we did have a little bit of rain today and not today, yesterday. And so when I came out here, everything was just looking beautiful. The only thing I was worried about is 2 nights ago we had a drop in temperature. Now we passed our last frost date a few days ago, but whenever you pass your last frost date, it's not actually guaranteed that you won't get a cold front anymore. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Now the temperature is going forward. Next 10 days looks absolutely beautiful. We got the 70s and the 80s. But those 2 nights of temperature dropping, I was a little bit worried about like tomato and basil and stuff like that. You know, the stuff that loves 50 and above. And I didn't see, although the rain was falling and everything was looking good, I didn't really had a close up to see, did anything wilted? Did the cold hit anything too hard? I don't know. So I'm going to be seeing it with you guys, how it looks right now. All right, let's go. So the first spot we're going to look at, which is already, I can see a lot going on in this bed. Okay. So first, the tall plants, let's go a little closer. So these tall plants is broccoli. Now the first thing I noticed, now these are broccoli plants from last year. And they came up and I left them alone because I thought they would have done so well, you know, for the spring season. I would have gotten the broccoli and stuff. But apparently it was too much on them, so they came up and they start to flower, and I didn't get any broccoli from them. Now because it's so early in the season, what I'm going to do is pull this out. I'm not going to allow it to continue. I'm going to pull that out because I have a few more seedlings that I need to find space for. So basically there's 1, 2, 3, there's about 4 plants that is in this space. I'm going to pull them out and put something else in the space. Now, exactly what I was thinking with the cold front that came in, these are all, so there's a whole corner here with habanero hot peppers. And then on this side here, I have cayenne pepper straight along this side here. And in between, of course, I put 2 different kind of tomatoes on this end. So this end here, we have the Roma tomatoes. And then I have in this corner here, I think these are, you know what, these might be Roma as well, because I did plant quite a few tomatoes in different spaces. So these are also Roma tomatoes. And Roma is going to get really big. So who's not to say that it is not going to take over this space? However, I can train it a little bit so that it doesn't take up the entire space. You know, as tomatoes get increase in size, you can cut them back a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to cut them back. We're just going to watch and see how it grows. But I'm definitely going to take out these broccolis that are flowering and remove it. I do have broccoli on another end, and I'm going to show you that. But taking a look at the peppers on this side, I can tell that because of the little cold snap, it kind of messed with it just a little bit, but it's not so bad. It's not so bad. With the sunlight coming out, it's doing pretty good. I think it also, interfere with the tomatoes a little bit, but they're still looking really, really good. So as much as I was a little worried about them, I'm not anymore because like I said, the 10-day forecast looks really, really good. Oh, a head of lettuce came up. This looks like butter crunch. Yeah. 2 days and a head of lettuce came up. So that looks absolutely good. And that's what's going on over here. The cayenne peppers Sorry guys, my shadow is in the video. The cayenne peppers, you can tell the cold front. Yep, it did something, but we're gonna hope that it's not too much of a damage. These are kale. Some kale was coming up here. Kale and something else. But all of these is from last year. So I'm going to harvest whatever I can and then just remove the rest of it so that I could have space to add something else in this space here. Now, so this is a 4x8 bed, and this is the same thing, 4x8. In this one here, I have a lot of kale, like all this on the side here is kale, but I don't think it's the curly kale. You see, when you decided not to put a name tags on these stuff and they come up and you're like, oh, this is not the curly kale, but it's some sort of kale that I planted. I also planted a lot of cabbages in between, and those are coming up as well. There we go. These are these little plants right here, seedlings. These are jalapeno peppers. I have the basil on this side here, and I was worried about that, but it looks okay. They're looking okay. Don't look bad at all. And I'm praying that the rabbits does not come over here. All these are kale. I forgot what kind of kale, but they're doing really good. They're doing really good. Oh, I really wished, now I wish that I had put a tag on it. But the cabbages are doing good. Nothing is eating them. I do have a few peppers. There's a lot of cilantro that are gonna go to seed. The ones that are not seed yet, I think I'm gonna cut some and take it in my house. But yeah, some of them are going to seed. I have, what else I have planned here? There's a lot of cabbage, y'all. I do have a few flowers. I have high hopes for the cabbage. I do have peppers in here as well. These are the sweet peppers. So I have two plants. This is one, and right between here is another. But all this is cilantro. Now, I am going to allow some of them to go to seed because remember, you'll still get, oh, what is it? Cilantro is not just cilantro. There's a little black seed that you can use for spices, and I forgot the name that you can use it. Anyway, I'll remember later. So some of them are going to go to flowers, but like right here that is in between the peppers, I'm probably going to cut that down. But the cabbage, this is also a sweet pepper. Doing really good. Doing really good. Oh, I'm so proud right now. Absolutely. Since my cherry tree is part of the gardening process, there is a lot of cherries on this tree. But I have it's like somehow when you look on the ground, the rain knocked some of the cherries off. So I hope that I still get quite a good amount of cherries, but yet some of it was knocked off. Beautiful. There is so much going on. It's like, you know, like I keep telling myself I'm going to start from here and I'm going to start from there. Okay, so over in this bed here, I have the Walla Walla onions all the way in the corner. So if you look carefully, I know they're like really skinny onions, but they're all the way on the end here and all the way on the end here. These are all Walla Walla onions, and I'm not even finished yet because I have more over on that side. But I did put the Walla Walla onion. This is what is this? Oh, I have a tag. This is chives. So there's chives here. There's two jalapeno peppers right here. This one and that one. I have beets in here. There's some beets right there. I have some more peppers right over here. These are all chard that is growing here. I love chard. This is oh goodness, what is the name? Oh, I forget the name of this. I know you guys know what this is. I don't remember the name and I don't have a tag. I have on the end here, I have more cilantro. Yes, I did a lot of cilantro and basil. And I have over here, I think this is mint. Yeah, this is Italian oregano. I actually bought that from Lowe's. And then on this end here, let's see. On this end is sage. So sage, I remember is sage getting really, really big. And this here is going to be gone soon. You see, if you notice, it's already flowering. So I need to cut some of this and get it indoors before it all turns to flower. Because once it starts to grow and get this big and flowering, that nice taste of the young plant is almost gone. So I really do want to cut some and take it indoors. I do have some on my patio. I'm going to show you that. And that I've been cutting on a lot. But I love how the onions are looking. Onions are heavy feeders. So I planted them since March. So what I do is the last week I came out and I put a little bit of biotone just to give them a little bit more food, just because they're heavy feeders. And that's this space right over here. Now I have two of these beds right here. And the first one I did, I put peas on these arbor, on this arbor. You can see I wrap strings around it because I want this to climb pretty, like really climb up here. And it looks like it's already doing it. So I did plant peas here. And I think the cold front hit this, but hopefully it bounces back. And it should climb and keep coming up. Now I love green beans, but my husband is not a big fan. So if I get just a little bit of green beans, I'm going to be happy with it. Over here we have green onions. So I have green onions in both sides. I have some here. I have some over there. I have some over there and over there. So in these beds almost have the same thing. I have the peas in this one, and on that side I have cucumbers. So cucumbers are going to run on that side and peas is going to run on this side, and they're both going to run up this trellis and possibly meet each other. Don't know for sure, but we'll see. I have some more cabbage in here. I have 3 cabbage in the middle, and as you can see, I left a lot of space for the cabbage. Around the bed I did put some more kale. And I believe this one might be the curly kale. I know I put curly kale in one of them, but they're coming up pretty well. This is, so these are curly kale as well. This is, what's this again? Oh, I'm going to remember what it is, guys. I'm going to remember. Then again, you see, it's important to put tags. But anyway, I kind of mimic the same thing over here only because I really did need to put these in the space, and I add a little bit of flowers and stuff like that. But I'm hoping the cabbage don't get any cabbage worm based on what I put in this space, like the onions and the flowers and I'm really hoping. The cucumber, I can tell it get a little bit of hit from the cold, but I'm gonna put some water on all of this. Yeah, I can tell. This is, yeah, this is the same thing. What is it again? Oh, guys, I'm trying to remember what this is. It's long, it's green, it's, I'm gonna remember. If I remember, I'm gonna put it on the screen so you guys can see what it is. But there's, I mean, it's in all the spaces. I add a little bit right over here. I have two over there as well. Um, you know, sometimes you can picture something, but you just don't remember the name. That's exactly what is happening. But anyway, that's what in this space. So we have over here, we're gonna, these two, and then over the greenhouse, I utilize over there as well. So we're gonna go over here. Over here, I have broccoli. So the broccoli is doing pretty good. They're coming up. I'm trying not to give them any stress so that they can produce as well as they should. There's a lot of rosemary, thyme. Uh, this one is lavender. It's a small plant. Uh, this, I don't know what this is. But I'm going to leave it alone because I might have planted there and I don't know what it is. I have some more onions. You can see onions here. So it's both sides. You got onion over there and onion over there. It's on both sides. So, see. And then I did put, I did plant something else I drop into these beds. I add the sweet peppers. Again, I have one there. And I have one over here. Some more cilantro or some cilantro, rosemary, basil. Yep, guys, I was just planting, like I wanted the beds to be so full that there's, once these stuff start to grow up, there's no room for weeds, there's no room for, you know, losing water, there's no room for nothing else, just vegetables. So I'm going to continue to plant and put things in these beds and let it perform. See, I have a lot of time. So I have time on this end and time on that end as well. These plants has been here for a while. I have green onions, more green onions, more green onions on the side. This is, so this might be, okay, so that's mustard. That this one here maybe, whew, I know the tag for this one is somewhere. That one is colored. This one is mustard. But some of it is kind of shooting up and trying to go to seed, like that one, like flower. So I'm going to have to cut some of this. I'm definitely going to have to cut some of this. Yeah. I'm going to start cutting on it just so it does not go to seed. I do have some more peppers right here. This is thyme, and this always, I mean, you always get the flowers on the thyme, but you can cut thyme at any time, like any time. Cut thyme at any time, right? But these beds are doing so good. Now, what I'm gonna do is I do have some okra that I thought that I didn't have space for. And since some of these guys are going to seed, what I'm gonna do is plant in between and put the okra. At least put some of the plants if I still have them. Let me see. I'm gonna go over there and see if it's still, because I don't know. Again, I don't know what the cold did. Oh yeah. Still have some okra plants. I still have some more peppers. And I could tell the cold snap did something here, you see. It's so crazy. These seedlings are coming up. This was eggplant. Yeah. The cold just literally messed with a lot of my seedlings. But anyway, we're gonna go over here. So over here, I did plant some rosemary, have some more mint over there. I have tomatoes. That one is Roma and this one is Butter Bay. So I got Butter Bay over here and I have one over there. This is a grapevine. Um, more peppers. This is zucchini squash. This one and that one over there, zucchini squash. This is long bean asparagus, which is bora. In my country, it's called bora, but here it's called long bean asparagus. So I have that there, and I have some over here. I pray that we don't get another cold snap because it's going to mess with a lot of these things. So I'm praying. I am praying. And then over here, I have my blueberry. And the blueberry have a few on them because it's a small plant, but it have quite a few blueberries. I don't think I'm going to get any of those blueberries because of the birds, but it's okay. It's quite all right. Well, yeah, guys, this is doing really, really good. And then we have over on this side. I know you guys are seeing a lot of mess. Just ignore the mess for right now. We're going to get it clean up. We're going to get it clean up. Tomato, Roma over there, Roma over here. Ooh, these guys are not looking so hot. But I did have some peppers, sweet peppers to the front. And I think that is a zucchini. This might be a zucchini. It's so important to mark your stuff. I didn't mark anything, but yeah. It's important to put a tag so you remember what you plant. But anyway, we're going to let that go. I'm going to let that go. So I am really excited about my vegetable garden. The only thing I'm a little worried about is the things that are going to seed. Now, there are some of them that I can actually pinch them back. Like whenever the flower comes up on certain thing, you can actually pinch them back. And it sends that message to the plant that you don't want it to go to seed, like you want it to continue to grow. But there are some things will just go to seed because it feels like its time is done. Okay, we've been getting quite a few days of really, really hot weather. It's not just warm, it's like hot. So some of the things that are spring, plants, spring vegetables, they're actually trying to go to seed because they're sensing like it's way too hot. Okay, now I feel like we went from spring straight into summer. That's I feel like we went from winter straight into summer. And the reason I say that is because once we thought that we were going to get some nice spring days, then the temperature really start to go up to like 80, 75, 80 and stuff like that. So the warm weather, the cool weather crops start to shoot up really fast. And then it didn't just rise constantly. It just like shoot up basically and it started to go to seed. So it's like, oh, what do I do next? That's one of the reasons why some of the broccoli actually went to seed and start to flower because it got hot really fast. I mean, despite the 2 days that the temperature really dropped, all these other cool weather crop is like it's saying, hey, I think my time is over because it's way too hot for me. So it's like sending you that message and I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm really hoping, for one, I'm hoping that the rest of the broccoli that I have in the ground, I'm hoping that does not flower and I actually get broccoli from it. But some other stuff, there's things that I'm worried about in the garden, and some of it I'm like, it'll be all right. Okay, there's some of them that are really gonna be all right. that love the warm weather, but there's some things I am worried about. I did put them some seed for Swiss chard. I know I love Swiss chard, and there's none right now in the garden. But what I did in certain spaces, I drop a few seeds. Who knows if it's gonna come up or not? Hopefully it does. You know, with efficient water and stuff, it might just come up. Um, for the garden here, I am watering everything by hand because I used to have irrigation in the bed. I had the small 1/4 inch irrigation, and at times it will burst or it will bend and then the water is not coming out, so I still had to do it by hand. Or some of them, it like the soil kind of blocked the hole so fast that I still had to do it by hand. So I'm like, this season around, I just literally yanked everything out, all the irrigation that I had in the garden space. Even in the back flower bed, I had some of the 1/4 inch. I just basically pulled everything out and I use the 1/2 inch. Now the 1/2 inch is working fabulous, but I use it in my front flower beds, my front garden flower beds. So I still have to buy more of the 1/2 inch to put in the vegetable garden and to put in the flower beds that are back here. Now, I'm going to take my time. There's no rush for it right now, especially because I already have all these vegetables in the flower beds. It's going to be a little tough to run irrigation when you have so much stuff packed in a space, especially with everything growing. And I would have to get a lot of help in order to, so I don't mess up my beds and stuff like that. So I am going to get the irrigation. I may just run them, maybe I'll put them in the bed during fall, or maybe I'll hold off with it. I'm going to run in the flower beds because that's pretty much open. But in the vegetable bed, I may just wait until next year and run it just before spring or something like that, so that I will have that already done and ready versus trying to run it now. Or maybe I could run it during the fall. Once I start taking some of these stuff out to these spaces, I could probably run irrigation. But then again, we're going to be going into winter, so I hope you see my dilemma. Anyway, it's just so crazy. I do want to do a flower um garden tour with you guys because there was so many things that are flowering and looking beautiful. My knockout roses are starting to come up and looking beautiful, but there also are some things that are going out of the flower, like the flowers are, it's done for the season. And I wish I did get, a clear shot or something of some of the flowers, but I didn't. And you know what, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, some of them flower during the fall, or some of them I have to wait until next spring, and that's okay. The beds just look beautiful. A lot of these things just look beautiful, and I'm happy with everything that is going on here. Now, clearly, there's still a mess that I have to clean up back here. I also have to bring out like my patio furniture. I still have to take care of some pruning and stuff. Like the season, I was more focused on my vegetables. So the season have just begun for me, really, because there's so many things that I have not done. And I was trying to finish all that before Easter. I was trying to finish a lot of stuff. I was happy with what I did for Easter, but there's still so much to do. And I'm not gonna, stress it all the way. I'm just gonna take it one day at a time. I still have to get the pieces for my greenhouse so that I can fix back my little greenhouse. There's so many things that we threw in the greenhouse that needs to come out and find its own place and all that. But as time go by, we'll take care of that. Okay. I don't want to jump off topic because I feel like I'm jumping off topic, and we were talking about the vegetable gardens. And that's just how I do sometimes. Anyway, you guys have an amazing, amazing day. I hope you enjoyed this video of my vegetable garden tour. I will see you all in my next video. Bye. This is my raised box on the patio that I totally forgot to show you guys. Now the rain did wonders with this box because Look at the cilantro. I've been cutting on this a lot. You can see I've been cutting on this every day, using it to cook. And then I have lettuce in between here. And look at these spinach. These giant spinach. Look at that. OMG. All that is spinach. I just cut on it today. I literally just cut on it today. I have arugula in between here. Thank God the arugula did not go to seed, but there's so much arugula. I can cut this and make an amazing salad. Look at that. And then we have, see, there's more arugula in here. And then I have strawberries that are tucked on the side. And I'm sure pretty soon we're going to get some strawberries. I have 2 strawberries in here. 2 strawberry plants. But guys, this is doing so good. So good. Couldn't believe it. I just keep cutting on the spinach and stuff. I'm going to keep using this out so that nothing in here goes to seed.